ties in exactly what we just heard. I hadn't seen the little skit before, so it's kind of fun to see how this all, flows together as it's supposed to, right? We're going to talk about vision. And I'm going to talk about vision in about a four-way context. So for you, this is unusual for me, because usually I focus on one piece or another piece of it. But because of who you are and what you're doing, I'm going to talk about it literally from four different levels. So I'm going to give you a kind of a theory on vision. Now, I say kind of a theory because it's not a pure theory, like the theory of relativity. It's not precise. By the way, you all know the theory of relativity? Time slows down when you're with your relatives. Okay, well, we're not going to be that precise, all right? But we are going to talk about a lot of data, a lot of examples, and a lot of very thoughtful people's examination of the power of vision and how it impacts what we do and where we're going, okay? Many of us know people who dream a lot but never get things done, okay? Dreams are different than vision. And let me give you my short definition of vision. Vision is dreams in action. All right? When I talk to kids, for instance, about what they want to be when they grow up, I'll say, okay, what is it that you want to be? And then how I separate between whether they're dreaming or whether they really have a vision is I say, what have you done this week to make that happen? Kids who have vision give you an answer. Adults who have vision give you an answer. Organizations who have vision give you an answer. Something to think about. You ought to sit down and list what are the problems you wished you could solve and you don't have a clue of how to do it. Because when you make that list, you are listing the problems on your shelf. What are the problems you wished you could solve right now, but you don't have the faintest idea of how to do it? When you identify those problems, you have identified your shelf. Embedded in that list will be the catalysts for the paradigm shift. So point number one, if you want to anticipate your future better, list the problems you can't solve and begin to release people to go outside the boundaries to look for solutions. One of the good brainstorming rules is, there's no dumb idea, there's no stupid statement. Well, the reason, how we get measures of dumb and stupid? Oh, you're outside the boundaries. The rule of the paradigm shift is you have to go outside the boundaries to find the new rules. They don't exist in the old boundaries because you have bounded that. Okay? The new stuff is outside the boundaries. So, rule number one, you want to find your new paradigm? Make sure you have your unsolved problems listed, explicitly listed. That's what the 21st century corporation is going to look like. They're going to go A to B, A to B, A to B, A to B. They're never going to get into C. And by the way, all you have to do is screw up once and go into C, and they've just gained a substantial piece of leverage on you. Now, the challenge for you is you want to be the first going A to B, not the last. Okay? Let's wrap this up. Going back to zero. When a paradigm shifts, everybody goes back to zero. That's why you really have to know about it. When somebody changes the rules on you, everything you were good at is irrelevant. You basically start where they do. I can take massive companies, show you how the paradigm shifted, and show you that they had not one erg of leverage after that paradigm shifted. They had to go back and play the rules the other person wrote. That's exactly what Apple did to IBM. That's what the Quartz watch did to the Swiss industry. The Japanese did it. Of course, it was invented by the Swiss, but the Japanese pioneered it and did that to them.